Welcome, I'm Kenneth, Tengu Jitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. So what is my main purpose of Tengu Jitsu? It's to bring you into the kingdom of God, to bring you into truth, to give you knowledge so the Christ, the Son, will be formed in you, where you can go forward into love, life, beauty, prosperity, abundance, freedom and liberty, so you can erect your mansion, to go forward in success, to go into freedom, all right? But to do it constructively through knowledge, through wisdom. Spirit has put me on here to share with you what I have received since the year 2011. After a mystical experience, I've been studying day and night since. This is all here to assist you in your awakening, your ascension, okay? Right. So in this video, I'm going to share with you that which I've received today with Spirit working upon my mind this morning. I am so grateful to be of the day, of the light, to be protected and guided and provided for by my Father. I'm here to glorify my Father, okay, and to reflect the Son, the Christ that's formed in me. To be a life-giving spirit and assistance of others. I'm here to give this knowledge, and it is for you. I can't stress that enough, okay? There is wonderful jigsaw puzzle piece of gold throughout these videos. Keys to the mysteries, secrets, the allegories being revealed, etc. All there for you. Okay, I've got that off my chest. Love you guys. I cannot stress the wonderful knowledge throughout these videos. Real truth. Okay, we live in a time of great deception, of confusion, frustration, and anger, and the light is coming in. So it's time to step up to the well that's in you and listen to them wonderful teachers that are presented to you from Spirit, that's from within yourselves, okay? Right, let's get into this. Now, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for me, what I've received today, so bear with me. Again, I am careful in how I approach things and the words that I use. So if I do pause or stutter, just bear with me, all right? I want to give knowledge that is of great value, to give you jigsaw puzzle piece of gold that you can make the connections yourself with your own investigation, your own research. As I say, go prove me wrong. Go do the works, seek the depths of God. As soon as we flip and turn to light and truth and knowledge, your life is going to transform when you start seeking to understand the true living Father, who is the invisible light, spirit, love and mercy. And he's there in each and every one of us. We live and move and have our being in God and God in us. So, Anna from Mind Forward mentioned about Venus and Mercury moving together into Gemini. Pay attention to the sickle. All right. This is happening on the 17th. I mentioned in my previous videos one day, many years ago now, very early on in my awakening, coming out of this school after picking my kids up, I saw 17 in the clouds. On the 17th, we have Mercury and Venus together holding hands, as Anna puts it, moving into Gemini. I found a powerful image I want to share with you at the end of this video. Now, Venus is the bright morning star that we receive. Our soul reflecting the sun, which is one with the Father, which brings you into inheritance, a wonderful future that will prosper us. Now, Mercury is to do with communication, is to do with the intellect, learning, knowledge, etc. Wisdom is tied with Thoth from the Emerald Tablets. Okay, Thoth is connected with Mercury. Now, I'm going to talk a bit more about this as we go on. So this is coming up on Monday, the 17th, for us in the UK. Now, if you've been following me, you're aware that I love the symbology, studying symbols, the interpretation of symbols, the different layers and root words in connection with them. I love dream interpretation. I love going into the deeper understanding of root words, of words and their root meanings, and the occult, the forbidden knowledge, the ancient texts, the esoteric imagery and its hidden layers, the allegories and anagrams. I love going deeper into this research, and it's revealed to me so much, and I didn't act alone. Spirit did it all with me to give me greater revelation. And so here in this esoteric picture, we see Mercury with Venus. There's a lot to Mercury, okay? It's part of our journey as we are awakening up, part of the alchemical process that we go through in our awakening, ready for our ascension. Now, in this esoteric picture, this is a representation of that which goes on in the individual, okay? Here again we have Pleiades, the 7 sisters, stars, but pay attention to this. All right, Cancer sign, June. It's like a capstone in the middle of the arc. All right, there's checkerboard. We've been asleep, dead, but there's awakening coming. And I've shared this image before. I've talked about it a bit more in my previous videos. I shared with you this as well. Let me make it bigger. Now the capstone's removed and the light is shining in, right? This is an allegory, symbolic of the mind, all right? And those who pay attention and turn to spirit, we get disclosure. Things get disclosed to us, and we start receiving these wonderful symbols and messages and synchronicities, these patterns and numbers, 1111, 33, 88, 44. I keep seeing a lot of 88 or 44, okay, 44 or 3 4s. That's because we are seeking, turning to the light, truth. We are coming into harmony, awakening, being ready to be ushered into a wonderful future that will prosper us. Now, Mercury represents communication, the intellect, and so much more. As I've mentioned, it's part of receiving and seeing, should we say, the hidden. With Mercury, it can be disclosed to us by going on our strange journey, okay, out of the maze, where we are guided, okay, and by going on this process, we go through the furnace of affliction, we go through this alchemical transformation, and hence our minds, as we are learning and receiving this knowledge, we are changing within ourselves. Our neuro patterns and pathways, they're all changing. You are becoming a new creature, a new creation. We flip from the first man, Adam, to the heavenly man, Adam, with the Christ being formed in us. And Mercury is in connection with this, our intellect, communication, because we opened a door to spirit and to the language of the gods, the angels, or God itself, symbolism, okay? Venus represents love, relationship, beauty, and harmony. And now we have these 2 luminaries holding hands together, moving into Gemini, the twins. There's 2 of us with 2 witnesses. I know my Father bears witness to me, and I bear witness to the Father. I've invested in the spirit man that's in me. 3 verses. Did you invest in the spirit man? Right? Hence we start putting on eternity. I and my Father are one. Okay. Now, I mentioned not so long ago, I had a dream of an old army mate. I served for 12 years in the British Armed Forces, and I still have dream of old mates but these days they're usually in connection with the times that we're in to receive revelation. And so I mentioned I dreamt of an old army mate called Crab. And I said to myself, right, remember that. When I get up, I'm going to research I'm going to go and look at Stellarium, research around that area, see what's going on. And I didn't find nothing. Well, let me just say, when I woke up, I totally forgot. And I was walking to the shop and this seagull flew past me with a crab in its mouth. And I was like, oh yeah, crabby. I'll go do some research. And I looked around on Stellarium and didn't find nothing. Of course, it was pointing to Cancer, June. Hence, June, Cancer. All right. So pause there. Now, if you've been following me, I shared with you this star map. Ceres, Orion, Taurus, and Pleiades. Right? These are the framework symbols that we receive as we are going through a process of awakening. Okay, because we start off as the wolf, Cain, the hound in the land of Nod. Okay, in these ages, we're also the hunter and the lame bull. And as we come into awareness of ourself and going through transformation, we receive these symbols. Okay, I'm not saying that everyone's going to receive these symbols. Again, God has another way of getting through to someone the revelation they have changed. I'm giving you what I've received. And Pleiades, and you will find the same imagery in movies, music videos, poetry, the ancient texts. It literally describes the framework of our spiritual awakening from the first earthly man, Adam. Through symbols, we can see what we was, then flipped to the heavenly man, okay, with a Christ. And the symbol of Pleiades, free the captives. That's the constellation Pleiades on my palm of my hand. The 7 stars that Jesus holds in his right hand. And there is a birth out of the womb, the matrix, okay? The phoenix, where there is a new temple in you, okay? I urge you to go over my previous videos. So, you know I love looking at the Egyptian hieroglyphs. This could be interpreted as Venus with Mercury with the horns. This disc you see coming up through the mountains represents the dawn. Okay, so I was looking at this slightly different today, and I was like, okay, this is going to make sense. So bear with it, all right? I could see that I could see the symbol of the dawn breaking, but it's a she with a cup, and she's got the horns, and I'm thinking Mercury and Venus. Okay, so that's the image that I received. Then I keep doing my research, so bear with me. It's funny because I got a lovely subscriber called Dawn P. It's no coincidence I got Dawn, the name Dawn P, Dawn, a subscriber. Okay, I see these synchronicities. She's amazing. And so I'm thinking, do you know what? I this is what I was thinking earlier. You know, the dawn. And I keep thinking about Dawn P, our lovely comments that she gives me, bless her. Dawn. Again, it's like Father's showing me, yeah, the dawn is about to break. All right. Keep your chin up, keep head up high. All right, it's coming. using a subscriber's name. Bless her. Amazing. Right. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to share an image that I received today. You got to keep with it. All right. This all connects. I received recently, as I mentioned, the image of Virgo and Leo as one. All right. And it creates this image. There's lots of statues where you see the lion and a woman's head. It's Leo and Virgo. And it means wholeness, completion and change, which is connected with, if you've been paying attention to Anna from Mind Forward, holiness, which means wholeness. And so I received another symbol of wholeness. Now, the reason I share this image, because I was looking for a connection with Mercury and Venus together. Is there a statue with Venus and Mercury as one? And I found this image where this is supposed to be a representation of Mercury with Leo and Virgo. But Virgo can also be depicted, also feminine, the image of the statue, as Venus, of love, representation of love and harmony. You'll see the same language being used. I was like, wow, okay, that's interesting. There's an overlay now of this image of Virgo and Leo and Venus and Mercury, right? Then I was thinking about the phoenix, because the phoenix, the Egyptian phoenix, is the key, because it has the beginning and end imagery in it. Those who pay attention, looking into the allegories, the mysteries, symbol interpretation, etc. And I was thinking, why doesn't the Sphinx have a braided beard when so many of these statues, the Egyptian statues, they do? Because the braided beard symbolizes maturity. Now remember, the sun comes into maturity as the birth takes place. It sounds strange in the scripture, but this is the Lord Jesus Christ being formed in us. Just as he comes into maturity, the Son formed in us, again, then the Son becomes like the Father. I've mentioned a lot about this in my previous videos. I'll try to give a quick insight into it now. The Hebrew tradition, for example, if you ask a man, does he have any sons? And he's got, should we say, 4 boys. He may say, I've got 3 boys and 1 son. And the reason he refers to one of them as a son is because he's now of maturity. He is of age, of adulthood. So he's like the father now, because he can work like the father. Hence, he's referred to as the son. This is maturity, which is symbolized by a braided beard. I just want to share that with you. So I was thinking, why doesn't the phoenix have a braided beard on it? So I was doing some research, and I was thinking about Leo and Virgo. Is there imagery in the Egyptian hieroglyphs? And funny enough, I found a lioness with the female head with a braided beard, a symbol of maturity, but of what? The sun. This is, no one gets the father except through the sun, hence the maturity of the sun. When we then hear of the strange birth, it says there'll be a birth, but the son will be of maturity. That's because there is a birth out of the matrix, out of the age, the womb, okay, through the forming of the maturity of the Son, where we go on to the Father, who comes down to us with the new heaven and earth, the new Zion, the new Jerusalem, where we are ushered into a wonderful new future. So the symbolism, the language is there in the Egyptian hieroglyphs, and I could see it. So just to share with you, and I use this as a teaching aid, right? A braided beard on a woman is just a symbolism of maturity. And there's a reason why I share this with you. So listen to this. I'll pause this. Okay, guys, we'll run out of time. Right. In the Secret Gospels of Thomas, Jesus mentions about the woman becoming a male. It's symbolic, it's an allegory. It's referring to, woman means trouble, right? Man means mind, means light. And we must be the sons of man, the sons of God, through the Son being formed in us, whereby when it's of maturity, and he says, then we enter the kingdom. And so in the Secret Gospels of Thomas, verse 114, he makes this reference in making the woman a living spirit resembling the male. It's all it's referring to is the masculine and feminine energies and states that's formed in us. I just wanted to share that with you. Our soul is symbolic of female, feminine. The spirit, Christ in us, is the Son of Man, or of God, the Son of God, as it's referred to. So that's the spirit. The soul, female, spirit, son, male. Mind, our mind, consciousness, is the temple of God. The soul and son become as one with the Father in us. There is only one Lord. Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. Hence the soul and spirit, feminine and masculine, electric and magnetism are balanced in harmony, which is the symbolic brass feet of Jesus Christ from the alchemical journey from Sheol. Now let me share this with you before I go. I've shared this image before as well. Okay. Funny enough, I mentioned about the scales. Thoth is connected to Mercury on the 17th. This is representative of the soul, Venus, they're together. And then we also have the chamber, which is in us. We got the twins behind the Alpha and the Omega character. That symbolizes the I am, the Alpha and Omega. That's your pineal gland. This is the house. Twins. Mercury, Venus, being ushered into the Father's house, into the kingdom. Hope I said something there that inspires you. I did go on a bit. Just giving you what I've received today. Keep your head up high, all right? Keep watch. Love you guys. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tengu Jitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Have a good day, guys.